little bit shorter of a stream today. I'm gonna go out and do stuff later, but I thought we might as well dive in and get through the final run of the first act, I guess. Second screen up. It's still the first run. Yeah, if you caught the live one, this is just immediately after the only other streamings I've done so far.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So I was told this was our final princess getting before something happens.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm a little quiet, okay. Oh, because the mic is... How's this? Is this better? Yeah, the little like arm that like holds the microphone, it had I've never liked this one. It doesn't like tighten to a point where it could actually stay put if you bump it or something, and the microphone was not quite hanging where it was supposed to. Alright, so, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked
While
up?
I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Can't someone else do it?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job.
I guess this run where,
You make your way up the short
being
path to
insufferable.
the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah,
You take the blade from the table.
Fine.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Someone says, hey Worm, are you ever going to do a worm stream? I could play worming at home. Internet micro celebrity worm.girl. That's true. That is internet micro celebrity worm.girl. Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
We'll keep it.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh. Squint at the princess while holding on to the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Yes.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Let's drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
No,
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Now, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
He's just grabbing anything he can. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
No, that's what I was asking. Lie, no. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Okay. There's people out there that think you're gonna end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
We can deflect. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I
The return
said,
of Ikigai
it's all
Kosei.
about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Okay, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Okay, we've tried slaying her, we've tried freeing her. I've not seen an option before where we just leave her locked up.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
She doesn't look
Leaving
pleased.
her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Nightmare.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Threaten me. Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Ceiling.
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Sleep paralysis, GF.
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're not the one who says that. I say that.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I think we could just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
It's Larry the Cucumber. We'll take the blade.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Yeah. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening.
My mom said I was the handsomest boy in the whole school.
It might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? Maybe he's trying to keep us from looking because there's something horribly wrong with us. No, there isn't something horribly wrong with you. You look exactly how you're supposed to look. Now stop second-guessing my every word.
I'm going to approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
This really isn't funny.
Let's wipe the mirror clean. Aww.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous.
No, those eyes are not really there. They're just because we have the paranoid voice now.
Away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
It's the Yume-Nikki stairs.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back?
She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
How hard is it to throw a
It
knife?
can't be that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place, it'll be enough.
We could step off into the void between the stairs. Or we could continue down the stairs, and we could say that we're gonna talk to her. Grandma Jamma 18. OMG Wormbrawl. Yeah, let's step off into the void.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I don't know. Falling down into an infinite void seemed better than going downstairs and dying. I'm just scared.
How would falling into an infinite void be better than anything? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and
Potted
right.
plant emoji. Revolving
She could be
hearts
anywhere,
emoji.
and there's nowhere for us to
Potted
hide.
plants emoji,
We're
revolving hearts emoji to
completely
you too, the internet
exposed.
girl.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying
He's
that.
in the walls.
You're only going to
He's
make
in the
things worse.
goddamn
Just pick a
walls.
direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
We could go back the way we came. No, we're going left. You always go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Uh-oh.
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Heart.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Heart. She isn't attacking us. Liver. Why? No. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Liver. Don't lose sight of your mission. Heart. Your weapon is still in your hands. Liver. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart.
Boy. What can we do here? We can toss the blade and remain with the nightmare. We can leave together.
Lungs.
can run, we can slay.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Good, am I too alive? What do you want from me? Oh no, I think that's obvious.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Yeah, somebody says, is she wearing a porcelain mask? That's what it looks like. It looks like she's a corpse wearing a mask. Because she's all, her skin here is all gray, and then it's white where her gloves are and her face is.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Let's toss the blade and remain with our nightmare. I'm sure that'll go great.
Are you serious? You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission. Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
Nerves. She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Uh-oh. Oh no.
You're on a path in the... Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever, I think. We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
What if we don't go to the cabin?
We've tried that. It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back to her. The deck is stacked. So many paths, and they're all circles.
I think they're all
Of course
wrong.
we're wrong. She's the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
Getting back to his earlier question, how many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says, and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on.
Okay, we know that that's not actually what the contrarian believes. We've seen him push past his limit. But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make those decisions?
What does here even mean, if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here. Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged. You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft.
So I think only the
shame,
hero
really.
gets reset usually. I'm not totally sure. Because the hero gets reset whenever we mess with the mirror. Can you make sense
There's
of them?
nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized. And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same. Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
If I don't remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her. Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment?
We talked about that yesterday,
Here
Skeptic.
you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us. And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago. Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her.
I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it. You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either. He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me. He's worse than her.
I guess we'll go to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
And what's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
We approach the mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Proceed.
Proceed? Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
No, it was the only option.
That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
You've already tried everything else, don't you remember? Take the blade. You have to take the blade. Interesting.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth.
My blade!
You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep. Deep in the bowels of the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take me away. And let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. do anything that isn't taking her hand.
You're just an object, a tool. You were once something else a long time ago. But was that something you, or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There's no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Hap McHap asks if I perchance heard of Labyrinth.os, very cool looking game made in RPG Maker that released, I think, today on itch. I think I have. I think that's one of the ones that has been... You step toward the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain
Someone
unresolved.
tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here.
Boys, it's been an honor.
Yeah, so the mirror does reset all the voices except for, well, the narrator always resets every jump. But yeah, usually they're scared of the mirror, but this time I think they've been terrorized into accepting death. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. We're a bird. We're beautiful and cute. We're a bird. We're beautiful and cute. Look at the cursor. Yes. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I
Are you
think
me?
you know what I am.
The crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
He's got teeth. Birds don't normally got teeth. Are you something like... What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh. Boy. What about the princess? Did you make her
She
too?
is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
So, just judging by her name, if we are the long quiet and she is the shifting mound and killing her will get rid of death, I think that indicates that death is necessary for change. I'm pretty sure death is good, actually, important
If that's
even.
your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
I don't think that... I don't think that's the case. What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Can we just stay here together and leave the people out there alone?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the shifting mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited. Eventually she would find a way to leave. And then everything would change. Everything would face oblivion. And until then, the clock ticks on.
I would say this, if he wasn't dying, I don't feel good gloating over a dying man, even if he's done something I think is not very good. The people out there beyond the walls of this construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Do you know that things, if she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something
As you are
small?
now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore.
Interesting.
And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
So we are now saying her name with a capital, her, and he's not. That's interesting. I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Kingra says it's never said explicitly at all, but I headcanon the voices being a result of her influence. Well, he just said they were intrusive thoughts that just have a way of creeping in. That you can't just decide how to think.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him.
I'm a long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Listen, lady, I played Dark Souls. I played every Souls game. I know you're not supposed to get rid of death. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Okay. I won't engage with violence, remain silent. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Well, I don't want to create a... Alright, let's these are all good options. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. But on the other hand, it was probably partly done to give perspective. Not just to torment the long quiet. Thank you for sharing yourself with me.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift.
My masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end. And there is no end. There is only the flood of bodies. There is only the flood of bodies. In every moment you hold every possible sensation at once. And then you hold them all again. Sensation at once. And then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
So there's this one in red, which seems like it's got some finality to it. I saw every version of us across every reality, but not every reality had you drawing breath. Even then I went on. The world doesn't need you. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here.
What you mistake for lecture is merely observation. I only want to help you.
You can vainly struggle against me,
Or you can follow the rhythm of our movement and find our freedom. Your lever drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever, consumed by true belief there was nothing that could hold us back.
Somebody said, what do I think of this this design? It's reminding me a lot of when you face Kefka in Final Fantasy VI. And that fight is very weird because you're like climbing a tower like made of just basically this. Like it's just like people and machines mashed together, and he's up there and you're fighting him like with swords and stuff, but I always figured it was more of a metaphor for something like this going on, like where the game just didn't have the tool set to depict an encounter with the divine, you know? She looks kind of like a mushroom cloud. She does. This also reminds me a little bit of the end of Fear and Hunger 1, when you find down in the pit, when the girl starts to transform. You're on top of a heap of corpses, but if you look at the corpses, they might not be corpses. They might be people in what, for YouTube's sake, I will call Amorous Congress. And it seems like just a depiction of like life and death together all at once. Whereas this is like just a bunch of individual identities kind of coming up into one. And also I see a lot of the you know, the scene with Sybil in chapter 5 here. Blubberfish says, the game does a good job of covering what you would want to say, but I think this part could have been better if the player actually had to debate death with Abby and Tony. And Helix says, you have Dark Souls and Kefka as a reference for such negative designs to pull from. I hope that doesn't color your thoughts of the princess. Well, in Dark Souls, death is a good thing. In Dark Souls, the original sin was Gwyn stealing the fire and creating an eternal world. And humanity is painted as a villain in the story because they're destructive and they always take away and they eat, they consume the flame and the heat and the light, but that's not what's happening in Dark Souls. That's just kind of how it's framed. So that's why you go through all of that in 2 and 3 to try to find some way to break the cycle, because eternity is no good. Beating the game just starts a Zoom call with the devs. All right. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape. A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Okay, and each of these gives us like a new way to destroy her if we want to. What are the woods then? What is the cabin? What is the time we've spent apart if not me existing as myself?
Time you've spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you? To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
That would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
We could try. Oh my god, that seems like that would be the worst possible choice. Which is, I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Which is obviously what caused the nightmare before. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now,
Hey, he's
you
back.
won't have to do it alone.
You have no idea
It's
how good it
good
is
to
to
be
hear you.
here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me? Did anybody else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Let's enter the basement.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as...
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
It's good to finally see you.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
And I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, I cut your throat open. If anyone should be apologizing for anything, it should be me. You're only trying to help.
You know, when she puts it like that...
What do you think of her, what she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And I don't want to be her, if that's what you're asking. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
That's odd. Why did the audio cut out? That's fine? Okay. Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
KQ Online, try refreshing your stream. I don't see any... Everybody else's audio's good? Question mark? Okay, so it's a problem on YouTube's end, not on mine. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Let's take her hand. I'm not gonna say anything. Let's just leave.
Okay then. Let's leave.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you sure you don't want to come?
Yeah, it wouldn't feel right. But I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be alone for long either. I'm sure I can find the others.
Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Are you ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
was very sweet. Flunkle asks thoughts. I really like it. So, somebody said, what did somebody say? Somebody, if we scroll back enough through the comments, so Ruminite said, the shifting mound makes a strong argument for her necessity. Good or bad, change has to be a part of the world. Yeah, that's definitely, I think, I haven't seen the endings where you do what the narrator wanted you to do, but you know, it seems pretty self-evident to me. You can't have you know, death is tragic and terrifying, but also the world needs to keep moving, right? And it couldn't do that if everything stagnated. What I wanted to play this for was to get some perspective and hopefully share some perspective on Scarlet Hollow. And the shifting mound, it is a specific thing. It is like you might call it like a death god or something, but like it's an entity which contains multitudes, which appears to be what Scarlet Hollow's entity is. Now, what kind of entity it is, what it represents, what it wants, that's totally unclear. I'm not saying that Wayne is a death god or something, but you can see the narrative through line where the same ideas are in play, where you have this individual which is part of a greater whole, which is not understandable from an individual perspective. And so the stones have broken that greater whole up into 5 pieces plus the piece that's in Wayne. And that's something that a lot of people I've seen having a hard time getting their head around. It doesn't feel like that complicated of a concept, but it's not something you can easily put into words. And we get some evidence of that when we play Scarlet Hollow. If you go to, into the 5th chapter, especially if you speak to Oscar on day 5, you get a lot of insight into what this thing is and what the different pieces might be like. Also, if you talk to Reese on day 5, he talks about how the different pieces feel to him, because he has like an empathetic connection to them, and so he says that if you don't, well, he says I think if Charlie's still around, he says he just feels like this horrible rage, but if Charlie's gone, he says he feels like there's a presence that just doesn't have room, like it keeps trying to stand up and bumping its head, and he says the one at the, I think he says the one at the church feels angry too, but you if you can imagine them all as these very different chunks of a being. And so what I think, it's being something big looking down. In Scarlet Hollow, you're something small looking up. Yes, exactly. And I think possibly in Scarlet Hollow, you might even have a piece of that entity in you, just based on some narrative hints that have been lying around. And some people are like, doesn't that make the Wayne thing incestuous? And it's like, no, that's not. Like, we've just seen how that isn't the same, right? Like, two parts of a whole are not the same thing as family members. Neelix says, I'm curious how much of this is Scarlet Hollow spoilers. I've done some very broad stroke spoilers. I assume that most people following have played. I will avoid stronger spoilers, because I think you should play that game. But, V. Burntwood says, it's unreal how much content this game has. A typical playthrough like this holds such a tiny fraction of all the roots and branches, but just managed to feel like a complete love story. Yeah, I'm curious about what the word count is in this game. Let me look that up, actually. Slay the Princess word count. The final word count for Slay the Princess is 150,460 words, which that was before the Pristine edition, so it's probably a little bit higher than that. Scarlet Hollow's word count is 884,000 words, so it's more than, it's like 5 times as big as Slay the Princess, and it's not done yet. So if you're wondering why Scarlet Hollow is taking such a long time to develop comparatively, that's why. And I wrote so I wrote a 65,000 word script is the video I'm working on right now. That's like a 9-hour video. That's the length of The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. This game, with 150,000 words, is the length of The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien, and gosh, 1,000,000 words. I can't think of a book that's 1,000,000 words long. Ruminite says, there are so many princesses as yet unseen. Please consider having another go at some point. I think I will, you know. Hidden Squid says, the shifting mound sounds like what someone might call Tetanus Lake. Yeah, Turtle Bomb says, there's a reason Scarlet Hollow doesn't have voice acting. I liked the voice acting in this. I think it was the right call for this game. One of the things I like about Scarlet Hollow is that it doesn't have voice acting. For one, it makes everything take much longer, because you can read so much faster than you can be read too. Am I still thinking of doing Stella's Route in Scarlet Hollow? Yes, I wanted to play this to give Scarlet Hollow a little bit of a break, and to get some perspective for discussing some of the events in the story next time we go through it. So I will do that this week, probably. Marlon says the entirety of Homestuck is 820,000 words. Okay, so Scarlet Hollow is already bigger than Homestuck. That's wild. Hellmaker says, I'm on episode 4 of Scarlet Hollow, but it feels like I'm going through the episodes too quickly. I have about 4 hours in. So, Hellmaker, when you have played through an entire run of Scarlet Hollow, you've seen like 20% of the story. The major beats of the game are always the same. You always go in each chapter to the same place, but you can... The story is kind of like... if you know the like the brain dance scenes in Cyberpunk 2077, where one of the advantages of them is that you don't just have access to the linear sequence of events, you can kind of explore the whole space and mess with everything and learn things from different angles and you know, just see everything in the moment. And that's kind of how Scarlet Hollow is written. It's Abby called it a 3-dimensional story, I believe, where a lot of people, I think, who are like angry at this character or that one have not played the game multiple times, and so don't have that understanding of like how events move people into different positions to get different outcomes, and then to think about like why it would be that those are the range of possibilities for that person, you know? Scarlet Hollow is so cool because it invites you to extend empathy to people you might not otherwise want to do that for. Artzel8797 says there's an Archive Panic TV Tropes page that you might get an idea, that might give you an idea about word counts. Yeah, that's a good one. Scarlet Hollow is just called Other Game. Where is that? Oh yeah, yeah. Play our other game. I already have. Yeah, so there's so I want to check something. So we hear this song. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody said, is Wayne trying to play this song in Scarlet Hollow? Let's find out. And again, this image here, I love. So one of the cool things when I've been watching the princess in all these different scenes is the way that her skirt is not used to just avoid having to draw her legs. We actually get like her. You can see the silhouette of her body through the skirt, but the skirt is like some kind of translucent material, but also kind of shimmery. So you get these like cool distortions of the skirt. And in this one, she's turning into the blade monster. So you're starting to get things that are more angular. But the scenes here where she's like running toward the camera, and you can see like the outline of her legs, but like the shadow is like shifting where they are. It's so cool. It's like she's standing in water. It's I think Abby's art is kind of unrelated, or kind of underrated. So let me pull up Scarlet Hollow. I know in one part he's trying to play the the Scarlet Hollow theme. Somebody says Razor is an untucked queen. I'm just not gonna explain that one to anybody. I'm just gonna let that one hang. Scarlet Hollow. There you go. Somebody said, Marlon says, I asked about it during the transition music between chapter 4 and 5. Hold on, let me turn my audio down a little bit. Transition between 4 and 5. Let me pull that up. Mild to moderate Scarlet Hollow spoilers. This might be a good time to. We're not going to be going through the story here, but this might be a good time to tab out if you don't want to see things. 4 to 5. Yeah, the soundtrack for this game is excellent. Okay, here, let's... Alright. I love that you can just try to hug her there. Come on. Da-da-da. Is this the track you were talking about, Marlon? Because I feel like this is actually a this is a variation on the Scarlet Hollow theme. Wait, is this? The gulf between us. Make it double play here for 1 second. Ah, come on. I see a comment left by you 6 days ago. For some reason, this almost reminds me of the theme of the shifting mound. Part of the leitmotif sounds somewhat shared, but this doesn't play it quite as complete a degree. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Sometimes composers will do this between tracks on purpose to try to evoke a similar emotional thing, but sometimes you get this by accident when you're composing. Where, like, if you're reaching for, like, oh, I want this particular emotion, you will wind up grabbing the same, like, chord progression or something. Just... Oh, this is the same as, no, this is the same melody as, A Dark and Empty Chest. It's the guitar. Do 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 boo do do. Yeah. So that might be what you're pulling. The other thing I wanted to think about was the Carmilla ending of chapter 5. So major spoiler here for Scarlet Hollow. I would avert your eyes. I'm just going to this sounds very, very similar to the but it's not. Yeah, Carmilla the First Vampire. Looking so sassy. Yeah, it sounds like a Slay the Princess song, and I think that's on purpose, but it's not the melody, I don't think. Okay, that's all for tonight. Yeah, so I took a little music theory. I used to have a band. I've done a bunch of music stuff in my life, but I've never been that good at the technical side of it. I was just in it for performing. Alberto Andrade says, in search of lost time. In search of lost times. Okay. Later, everybody.